All right, welcome back to another episode of the Fast Break Layup NBA podcast. We got me here as usual. We got Dev. Say what's up.
Yo, I'm first this time. It's lit.
Yo, Kev. Say what's up.
Good night. Good night. I got the time right this time. Good night.
All right, Rico. Say what's up.
Yo, what's up?
All right. So before we get started, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at FBL NBA Pod. And let's get into these quick headlines. We got the Lakers win streak was ended by the Mavs last week at 10, but now they're on another win streak, so it's whatever.
That was expected.
The Bucks stay on a win streak as well. This they still going at what you call it? What is it now at 13 games?
Yeah, they're wilding.
We got some old headlines from last week. Embiid went scoreless against Toronto.
Oh yeah, that's 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah, we haven't been on for
Yeah,
a while.
we finally got to talk about that. I said that was supposed to be game of the week for me. That's a funny part.
We had AD dropping 40 in his return to New Orleans. That was a while ago. We had
he just
Melo
had
getting
50.
Western Conference Player of the Week.
Oh yeah,
I could drop 40 on New Orleans.
Congrats to Melo.
Now it is.
We had Harden scoring 60 against Trae Young.
We missed that much? Nah, I ain't know we missed that much.
Yeah, we haven't been on for a while, so we had Ben Simmons. He hit his second three today. And the Nets are continuing to play well without Kyrie Irving.
Don't do that. They just got a good schedule.
Who are they playing? I gotta see who they playing before I go and say anything.
They haven't close
With the
games
Net?
with the Hornets. They just winning.
Oh, okay. So yeah. I don't know if the comp is down. I ain't gonna give too much credit. We gotta have a close game with the Hornets.
Well, I mean, even when they had Kyrie against like bad teams, they were still like going down to the wire and going to like overtime. So
ain't know that. I mean, as long as he winning though, feel me, I'm happy. I don't care how we win, but then again, I do worry if it's a bad team that we're struggling against. Because
I think what everyone is like trying to get at is that the team looks like the way they did last year, which is like they look like themselves.
You gotta remember, Karis LeVert not been playing. This is literally Dinwiddie, Jarrett, and then role players.
I don't see why people think everybody's just gonna play together just as soon as the season starts. Like, you really got to build chemistry with your team.
That's also that too. Kyrie's new there, and they're winning with Kyrie. You saw what Kyrie did the first two games, dropping a little 40 and 50-point game. Like, they still settling in. So I don't think there's too much to say about Kyrie right now till some time go by.
True.
But at least.
All right, so let's get into our first segment. Week. I'm gonna go first on this one. I had game of the week as Spurs versus Rockets. I took down some notes for this one.
So
it could be from this week. It could be from the week before, since we haven't had.
All right. I already know what my game of the week gonna be.
I had the Spurs versus the Rockets because the Rockets were up by 22 points, and
yes,
and then Lonnie Walker got inserted into the game, had a huge fourth quarter,
he
had 19 points. And then there was this whole controversy with the
protest
dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Whole controversy with the dunk, where it was James Harden. He dunked the ball so hard the net like carried it over the rim, and everybody thought he missed the dunk, but he actually made it, and they never counted it. So the Rockets actually ended up protesting this loss, saying that they should either be awarded the win or they should be allowed to play the last 7.5 minutes left with the game the next time they play the Spurs.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they filed a protest with the league office. They called them. They said they either want a win or they want to play the last 8 minutes of the game over with them being up 15.
First off.
That's how you do it. That's how we do it in my league. That's how you do it here too.
Nah, we do that in my league though.
When you get a clear dunk, who misses a wide open dunk?
Nah, a lot of people miss
There's a lot of
hold
people that
on,
miss
hold
a
on,
lot
hold
of
on.
wide open
A
dunks.
lot of NBA players miss wide open dunks.
No. A lot of bums in the NBA miss a lot of wide open dunks. Not James Harden. You ever seen LeBron miss a wide open dunk? No, it
Yeah.
doesn't
Actually, I
happen,
have.
bro.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Actually, I
All of us,
have.
bro. Every star
Show
player
me
missed a
that.
dunk before.
No. A wide open dunk. People miss
Yeah.
dunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It
Okay,
happens.
somebody show me a
All
fast
right,
break
bro.
where
You
LeBron
in your
James
laptop
missed the
right
dunk.
now?
No, I want you to show me it. A fast break where LeBron missed a wide open dunk. Fast break
Okay.
wide open.
I know there's so much LeBron haters. There got to be a video somewhere. But continue your point though.
So you gotta run that back. That messed up the whole mood of the game.
Me?
How you don't count 2 points? Just right there.
Fact. And
Refs
I
know what they're
feel,
doing.
first of all, then again, like like people were saying, Harden do get a lot of calls for me. So I kind of see the reason why they probably didn't give it to him. But at the end of
But
the day,
that's
he
not
did
a
make it.
goal.
He made
Like
it.
it went in the basket.
Yeah, he made it. So I see their point, and I feel as if
Yo,
the NBA should award him something. Like I don't know, a tiebreak. I don't know what it is, but
you gotta run that back.
to me, running
Run
back the
that back.
last 7-8 minutes
I mean,
is
it
iffy
changes
because
everything.
it's not the same game though. So I don't know. But I see the point, and they do deserve something though, because if the ball went in the rim, and I'm pretty sure they reviewed the play, saw it go in the rim, and still dubbed it. So
Yeah, that's what hurt. I don't think they like reviewed it because they reviewed it. They don't probably counted it, but it had to. The replay had to play on like the jumbotron.
yeah, and you gotta give. I mean, it went in. He tasted down. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw it, the play live, I thought he missed too. I'm not gonna lie.
At first, yeah.
But after seeing it go in, I'm like, all right, they gave him the points. And after seeing he didn't get it, I was like, yeah, I had a feeling it was gonna spur some controversy in the league after that, especially with how everyone been complaining about the refs recently. So I don't know. I do believe they should protest though, because that's not fair. Because they lost by. I mean, then again, they were up 22 points. So I don't know.
So who
They
pulled up
fumbled that
the
bag.
video of
But yeah, otherwise, yeah, they do deserve something in return. And knowing how the league moving, they're not gonna do it.
All right, so what you call it? My message for Houston when I saw the game. I mean, obviously it's messed up that they missed the call on what you call it. Not even a call. They just missed a basket. I mean, it's like what Houston does. They do this all the time. After every time, what you call it? Y'all remember last year the playoffs? They had this whole report of like all the missed calls that Golden State had against them, and they were like, "Oh, we should have been awarded this amount of points, and that technically means that we should have been sent to the NBA Finals immediately." Like
Wait,
they have this sense of like I don't know if y'all remember, but they had like this 50-page report last year of all the refs missed calls, and they said they should have been awarded a certain amount of points for each of those calls because they should have resulted in a certain amount of baskets. But it's like they have like this sense of entitlement that like is so annoying because they haven't achieved anything. And it's like every year we see them flame out, whether it's against Golden State or another team, and it's like, can y'all actually like run an actual NBA offense and like be efficient, like have your stars be efficient?
then again, maybe that's why
Because
they get so much calls, possibly.
well, I
Well,
mean,
not
we
get so
all
much
know
calls.
what
Well, James
happens.
Harden.
Yeah, Harden gets all the calls, but then you see in the playoffs that doesn't work. Like you got to actually make the baskets in the playoffs. Like the rest ain't gonna allow you to have a free throw parade in the playoffs. We
No,
all
what I
see
don't
how the
understand is how. Cause I mean, like, if the calls, like, if it's like obviously not a foul, then it shouldn't be called, like in general. Cause it doesn't make sense how he gets calls in the regular season but not in the playoffs.
it's
Like, you
because
see how he hugs people,
the
and like that's a
mm-hmm.
foul. Even though like it's not the regular foul, that's a foul. Like, if you get somebody if you hug somebody and you get them to like hold you like that, it's a foul.
Well, I mean, he's drawing that contact. So the refs are gonna be like, all right, you got and during the regular season, it's a lot of more less experienced refs that are calling the regular season games. When they get to the playoffs, it's a lot more of those veteran refs that are they know what Harden's doing and they know what the Rockets like plan is. And they know that the Rockets are looking for calls. Like we saw last year when they were shooting threes, they weren't looking to make the threes. They were looking to draw these egregious fouls where they were just like
Oh
kicking
nah, when they were
their
shooting the
legs into
mad
guys.
bricks.
Yeah,
Some
and
of those were fouls though, and a lot weren't.
not even just shooting the bricks, but when they were like kicking their legs out, like they were kicking their legs out like 4 or 5 feet in front of them, and they were expecting a whistle. Like the refs know what you're doing; they're not gonna give you that call. Like no matter how
Either
much
way, if
contact you
it's a
draw.
foul, it's a foul in my eyes.
It's
For
a
me, if it's
foul,
a
and
foul,
it needs to
it's a
be
foul.
called.
Because
Like not just because
Well,
somebody
I
draws
mean,
mad fouls, they shouldn't get they
they
fouls.
shouldn't get it, and
No,
that's what
it's a
everyone's saying about
foul.
Harden. Oh, he's drawing fouls. If they're fouling him, if they're touching him, bro, or this contact, it's a foul, bro. Like if you Google what a foul is, it's a foul if they're touching him, bro. And I know
People
that.
don't
I mean,
people just don't like how easy it is for him to draw fouls against. But like, he plays to his skills.
word,
He has good footwork, so
mhm.
he draws the
And he,
fouls and
you gotta
he steps
understand,
back.
he's finishing. He's finishing these and ones, feel me? But like he's literally finishing these and ones, and people are mad at him for finishing. Like, first of all, getting the and one is not easy, bro. It's not something easy to do. You know what I mean? Getting a foul, I mean, he get it easier than some players because I've seen some controversial fouls on Harden that shouldn't have been fouls. But then
I mean, that's always that way.
when I watch him play, I literally see them hack him though. Like I see them hack him, bro.
yeah, there's those instances, but I'm just focusing more on like the calls that he was upset about last year. Like I didn't think those were fouls.
I
Like
can't remember all the
when
way
he
to
was
last
like,
year. I
See,
just
I
remember
can't
him
remember
taking
that. I
a
need to see
now I'm talking
video
getting
for
about
his
that.
foot out.
last year's playoffs when him and Chris Paul were like jumping into the Warriors
I
players.
mean,
Like
yeah, but
that
players
wasn't a
been doing
foul.
that. Like that's Jason
Nah,
But
Kidd's
that's
signature.
not a foul though. But he was looking for the fouls, and those weren't fouls. That's all I'm saying. And another thing I have to say is just don't go 11 for 38 from the field, and then maybe you might have a chance to not blow a 22-point lead.
Repeat
But
that.
anyways, I said um don't go 11 for 38 from the field, and you might not blow the 22-point lead. But anyways, you guys have a game of the week this week, or from the other week that we weren't recording?
so I'm gonna pick that Mavs versus Lakers game
Okay.
because that boy Luka ending streaks and he's proving points. He trying to get the MVP. I gotta respect it.
He
Yeah.
dead might win MVP with all this the media attention around him.
Say that again.
He dead might get MVP this year with all the
And
media
I
attention
believe it. I'm
that
a believer. I'm a believer.
the narratives that are being like the MVP is like players and media people have said it's built on narratives, and Luka has a strong narrative
Yeah, it definitely
as
is
being
built
like
on
one of the
narrative.
best. Yeah, like he's having this narrative built of like he's the best 20-year-old that
You mean the 20-year-old
we've
my player?
ever seen. Basically.
Yeah,
As
because
of
he's
right now, though, he deserves it.
right now, yeah, because he's carrying that team and roster wise. You look at that team, you're like,
And Porzingis sucks.
oh yeah, Porzingis.
Right
How
now,
much?
he
Yeah,
sucks.
he
How
actually
much
is
did he
playing
drop
pretty
today,
bad.
son? Cause he move.
Bro,
I'm gonna
the
start
last
treating him
time
like
they
Kyle
played,
Lowry, bro.
not today, but the last time they played, he shot like 1 for 11, had like 7 points, and they got the dub by like 20 or 30. Like he don't got to do
They won by
nothing.
46, bro. They won by 46, and he barely did anything. They don't need him, bro. They paid him 160 million to be an average basketball player.
I
Oh,
mean,
he
he
went
did just
zero
come
from
back
eight
off
the
an
other
injury,
night. Wow,
but
zero from
he's
eight the
still
other
getting
night.
hurt.
They paying you bread for this, bro. You 7 feet. How you going 0 from 8?
Bro, like he
Nah,
The rim
bro.
is right
literally
there,
just had to
bro.
go for a
Bro, the rim
layup,
is
bro.
literally above your bro. Stretch your arms and it's a bucket, bro.
But I do know what that man is capable of, because like in the beginning of the season, he was wilding. Like first 5 games, I might even give him the first 10. He was bugging out. Then it slowed
How
down.
does someone decline so badly though? Like, what is
I'm,
it?
I've
Is it
been
him getting
telling
tired?
y'all as a Knicks fan, he gets tired throughout the season, bro. I remember like it wasn't last year, not last year because he wasn't playing, but the year before in like November, mid-November, he was saying he was fatigued already. Mid-November, and that was like before the ACL tear.
I'm seeing it now. Honestly, I see the fatigue because I don't get how
bro, I don't know what
7 feet could go
he's gonna
0 from 8.
do.
I mean, we will speak about Joel later. Feel me? We will speak about him later. But Porzingis is like, bro, you're literally too good. The day he played 37 minutes and gave us 13 points, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on. And then now they're saying like the best duo in the A, like rating wise, is Doncic and Hardaway.
What?
Yes, bro. They're saying rating wise right now, like they're saying when both of them are on the court right now, they're wilding. That's all I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, it is because Porzingis is like trash. Like, thanks Mavs for the draft picks. I mean, they're not gonna be that
Now
good,
I
but
ain't gonna
still.
say he ain't call Porzingis trash. Feel me? 'Cause I seen him in MVP mode. But I did see a video of Stephen A. Smith saying he will never be the best player in the NBA.
He
And
won't. He
I
won't.
can see why you say that, because you can't be getting
7
tired. I mean,
foot
I've
3,
played basketball
and
before, and I know it takes a lot of heart to sit there and play for 48 minutes. But
but the
when
thing
you
is, they
get it,
don't play him that much either because they know he's coming off the
I
injury.
mean,
So if he's
he's
getting
playing though.
tired off,
He got 37 minutes in for me. But when
oh, he
you're
did have
getting
37
paid,
minutes. Oh, I didn't peep.
yeah, he got 37 minutes today. So they're playing the boy. But when you're getting paid millions to play basketball and you're getting tired, I mean,
160
we're still human,
million.
but come on, bro.
160 million.
Something got to give. 13 points in 37 minutes from somebody who's supposed to be an MVP candidate a few years ago, where he was playing. That ain't it, bro. No, that ain't it.
All right, Rico, you got a game of the week for this week?
Game of the week for
You
this
said
week.
best?
Oh,
Not
game of the
even
week for
this
this
week.
week. Oh yeah, I got one, and I gotta watch the highlights still.
You do?
Bucks and the Clippers.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
mine. Yeah, that was mine also.
Bucks and the Clippers.
that was a nasty game.
Putting the
And
load on
the
Nuggets,
reason why I
man.
say that, because I haven't watched the game yet, is because that score just woke me up to the NBA, bro. Because meanwhile, I'm over here like, yo, the East is weak. Da, 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 da. The Bucks walking. Was it at their arena? Whose arena was it?
It was at Bucks Arena.
Okay, all right, okay. But either way, the Clippers, who's supposed to be this championship team, just walked into their arena, bro, and got slumped. They got slumped, bro.
I mean, it's the NBA though. Like
They
at the end of the
did.
day, you still got to put the ball in the basket, no matter what
That's
super
a
team you
fact.
build. Like even that Miami team lost.
That's a
So I
fact.
mean, I
Now
wouldn't say
saying
the
that.
East is as weak, but
Mm-hmm.
no, I still jack they weak. They just not as weak.
But the Bucks are showing their dominance
But
right
hold
now.
on,
They showing
didn't the
like
Clippers
they
beat?
mean business.
Didn't the Raptors beat the Clippers as well?
I don't think so. No,
They didn't win that game.
the Clippers
Nah,
beat them.
that
I
ain't
think.
happen.
I could have sworn that happened. I gotta go look at the schedule, but I know the
They
Raptors playing well too.
they play again though. They play again soon though. I think this week. That might be my game of the week. I want to see how the Raptors are gonna come out against the Clippers. That Kawhi's coming to
My boy
Toronto.
Kawhi finally get his ring. That's all he want.
I don't think he
Yeah.
even cares about it, to
Oh,
be
that's this
honest.
week for sure. You right.
Like
That's
he's
definitely this week.
Nah, that's what he said it. He's like, I'm just going, finally get my ring, and then just
But
play
they're trying to
basketball.
get him to like instigate. He was like, "Nah, I'm just going to play my ring and go home."
he's so casual and calm with everything.
They
I
need to put
respect it.
they need to put something up for him though, like what they did for Dirk.
Like what you call it? A statue.
No, no,
No, no, no. If you put a statue, they different, bro. If
nah,
they give any statue, they different for that.
like a tribute on the
Oh, like
jumbotron.
a tribute video.
I'm not gonna lie. If
They,
they
they
boo
definitely
him,
gonna do
they
that.
wrong. Off the
Nah,
rip.
they're
I
not
don't
gonna
think they're
boo
gonna
him.
boo him. The people in
Nah, they
Toronto, they're
can't
kind
boo
of
him. This
nice.
man bought them a chip. They would never get a
I
chip
won't
without
say
him.
that because this is the same people who cheer when KD tore his Achilles, bro. So I don't
Nah,
know.
they was walking.
Of course,
They
Rico
were,
gonna laugh at
they were
that. I
messed
hear
up
Rico
for
in the
that.
background. He'll be here
They,
laughing, bro. Like that's the same team who booed someone who injured. Like, come on, bro. So I mean, not boo, but
nah, they was
like
dead.
they
Like
cheered when the
they
man
was
went down.
cheering.
Like that right there scared me, bro. I'm like, damn,
That's messed up.
people are evil, bro. They cheer
But
for you when you down, man. You're supposed to be the best player in the world right now. So
what you call it? Back to the Clippers and the Bucks. Like the Bucks were supposed to take a step back this year because, mind you, they lost Brogdon, and Brogdon was like the best defender on like wing guys, and then he was like a third, like he was like a secondary playmaker, and then he would also hit like big shots for them. but like
Bro,
they don't miss him at
I think he
all.
injured right now.
You know what it is though? I think the reason for the Bucks' success is literally team chemistry, bro.
Yeah,
It
they've been
is.
together for a while.
When you look at that roster, you're like, who is this, bro? Like,
They got Wesley Matthews, Robin Lopez, Brooke
you're like, how they winning
Lopez.
so much games?
They got
They got
guys
the
like
Lopez brothers. Like the
DiVincenzo.
Lopez brothers alone just show the chemistry like they have on that team, bro. Like they want to got his
Mhm.
brother to play with him, bro. That's how much you know. That's how
George
you know they
Hill.
care about chemistry, bro.
They got George Hill, who was frying Kyrie last playoff. They got what you call it?
Feel
Who
me?
else
And
they
their
got?
bench is strong, and I don't feel like the league talked about their bench a lot. Everyone's so focused on Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell being the best bench players in the NBA. But the Bucks bench is something else too,
The
bro.
Bucks bench is deep because they could dead go 13 deep, but they don't want to because like they don't need to exhaust everybody. They only play and like what the Bucks run is reminding me of. I don't know if y'all remember the 15-16 Warriors were getting off to that hot winning streak to begin the season last year. Not last year, but that year that they were like 73-9. Remember that win streak they were going
Mm-hmm.
on? And they were like crushing teams by like 30, 40.
Yeah,
Like the Bucks are doing that right now, and they showing that like they mean business. Like they come in for that East title, they come in for the NBA
I
title.
respect. They're trying to go to the finals this year. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to beat that. I got to see that Bucks for 76ers again for a fact. I got
Oh,
to see that game.
that's gonna be an interesting matchup.
That's gonna be a movie. That's supposed to be the final setup right there for me.
It's
So
not
I got to
even
see that.
76ers. They can't beat the Raptors. They
nah,
cannot beat
I
the
mean,
Raptors.
no. We got to
the
sit
way
here. Okay,
the way the Bucks are
y'all want to
coming out
speak on
right
that
now,
game
they
for a
coming out
minute?
revenge. Which game?
The Raptors and the 76ers.
Kawhi just
The
had
one
that
that just
boy on
happened.
solitary
The
Yeah,
one that
because
happened
confinement.
just the one that happened just today, or the one that
they played
happened
again
like when
today.
Embiid went scoreless. Yeah, they played again today, and they played. You talking about the one where they went when Embiid went scoreless?
I didn't know they played again today. Let me see something before I say too much. I don't want to.
76
Who?
is one
76ers
today.
won today.
They
Oh no,
won
I was
Yeah.
talking
today.
about the Bucks. I mean, well, both of them teams can't beat the Raptors. We being honest, but I was talking about the
Mm,
Bucks
I don't know. The
with Kawhi.
Raptors. I think the one reason
I
why
wasn't
they
really
beat the
talking
Bucks
about
that
this season. This
series was
season
because
they're
of
beatable.
Kawhi. Who? The Raptors?
The Raptors are beatable this season. With
oh,
Kawhi
Yeah,
though,
they're
yeah,
they
definitely
couldn't.
beatable. Feel me?
yeah. That's what I'm
But
saying. The
they're hard to beat.
Bucks they have a path to go to the championship
Because
this year.
they
Like,
had a lockdown last year. This year they
Now
had.
they
I
still
mean, they
nah.
kind of
They still got lockdowns. Don't get them wrong, bro. Like
no.
OG, I don't know he's a
They
good
had D
defender,
yeah,
but
lockdown,
OG
bro.
and
They
what you
had
call it,
D
OG and
lockdown.
Pascal.
Pascal's a
Like
good
They
lockdown, bro.
they lockdowns, but they not like Kawhi lockdown. But I see what you're
I mean,
saying
they play
about them
defense
not
and no,
having like
You know
I'll
what's
give them
they
that.
funny?
don't
But
have
I'm not saying too
they
much though,
don't
because the Raptors play a lot of zone, and I don't really respect that. Not
and
gonna
Nah, but
remember
they're
lie.
not the only team though.
they played it works. It works. And what you call it? They also did what you call it, the boxing one on Curry in the finals. I didn't like that
Good for you. Nah,
though.
they did a boxing one on Harden
They
the other
did.
day too.
Nah, that was more like a 1-3-1 to me.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a 1-3-1.
Well, it started off. It looked like a oh yeah, but they wasn't
And
pressing full
they just
court.
left
So
Westbrook wide open, and he went 0 for 6 that game, bro. Like you
That's
can't
why
win a game that way,
wait. I can't wait
bro.
till the
How you
playoffs,
get
bro.
open shots
Because
and you go 0 for
Westbrook
6, bro? Like I understand if they was
yeah, I don't know.
tired,
Westbrook,
Yeah,
y'all
that I don't
saw against
understand
the
though. As an NBA
Raptors,
player, before games, you sitting there taking shots all day. Feel me?
and it's not like whack NBA
he
player,
be
bro. That's a
missing them
star.
probably.
I'm supposed to be a star, but to go 0 from 6 wide open, I don't know
And then
about
have
that,
Ben
bro.
McLemore show you up, bro.
Ben
Yeah,
McLemore,
Westbrook was
he
like,
definitely came back to the 8 and he's on time, and I like that. He was definitely out the 8 for like a year or two, unless I'm bugging.
yeah, and he
I
was
don't
like
think
he was a
he was
lottery
out
pick
the
Yeah,
too.
he was a lottery pick, mind you. So when I see him out the 8, I was surprised myself because I'm like, damn,
But
telling me.
he had way too high expectations coming out of college. Like they called him the next Ray Allen. Like, can we please relax?
I think they let him go because his defense is bad. Then the Rockets pick him up, and he's over here dropping 27 and 28 points. Feel me? So I
Because all you need
respect
to
it.
do in the
It's
Rocket
true.
system is stand in the corner, wait for Harden to pass
I
you the
mean,
ball and
they
shoot
was getting
three.
on the
That's it.
win. But all you really gotta do is shoot the ball.
I respect it. His thing.
It's
But
catch and shoot. Well, I
Nice.
mean, he
if we
couldn't do that on no other team.
speaking on the Raptors and 76ers, seeing them lose to them, like Max said in his take, was surprising because Joe Roach scored zip and he still lost by like 2, bro.
Yeah,
So
but it just shows
Because that
you
Sixers
the
team is
impact of the
deep.
Raptors defense.
That Sixers team is mad deep. At least
It
they starting lineup is
is
mad
deep,
deep.
and they might make a move for what you call it, Jordan Clarkson. I think
Who?
Jordan Clarkson, the Sixers. They
Oh,
might go.
yeah, I've seen
They
that.
might make a trade for Jordan Clarkson.
I
Yeah,
mean, he don't play no defense, but he could definitely help with some offense off that bench.
that's just a bucket getter right there for
Yeah, if they get rid of
them. They just need someone to get a
Korkmaz,
bucket. Nah,
and
I don't
the
think they
rookie
need
they
no
picked up is
Korkmaz is
Korkmaz.
nice.
he's a sniper.
The rookie they picked up is nice. That's the funny part.
Thibault?
They always did good at picking up rookies off the draft.
Yeah, Thibault, bro. Thibault, he's good on that defense. I'm not gonna lie, he be
Yo,
locking up.
in college, he was clamping. Like he was defensive player of the year in college.
Yeah, but he scored his career high today. That's the funny part. He
He
had a good
did.
game today. Yeah, he had 20 points today.
Because Embiid
Oh,
was selling again today. He can't. It don't seem like he could score on them.
Let me see how much
But
Embiid had today.
Sixers
Embiid,
is
I
so
think he had like
deep.
10.
he had 10
I'm
points
not
He
over
said,
sure.
7 shots, bro.
Yeah,
He played 30
10
minutes. He took
points.
7 shots. I don't know. He looking scary for sure.
That's not good. I
Oh,
want to
but
see
look,
that team against the
guess who's
Bucks though.
back?
They haven't
Mr.
played.
Kyle Lowry's back.
Yeah, he's
he been
been
back
back
for
for
like
like a
three
week or
games.
so.
How much? Let me say he
Yeah,
playing. He playing like
he's
Kyle Lowry in this regular season. We're not going to talk about playoff Lowry. Oh my gosh, playoff Lowry is something else. But
now he
what's the
showed
next
up in the
topic?
finals though last year. I'll give him that.
Mm,
He
who
could have
showed up?
ended the game and he could have ended that thing in five. He's playing
Word,
around.
but we're not gonna speak on that because
All right, so is that it for game of the week for everyone? Everyone, Rico, you did you want to talk about more of the Clippers versus Bucks game, or
Yeah, I had kind of the Clippers versus the Bucks.
you had the Clippers? All right. Uh, so let's get into our main stories. I had the first one as Luka's triple doubles versus Westbrook triple doubles. I saw this as a
That's
big
not even a
debate on
conversation, to
social
be
media.
honest.
I know it's not a conversation, but we got to talk about it a little bit. I found some articles that like dove deep into the analytics, and they were showing how Luka's triple doubles are more valuable for the Mavericks than what you call it, um, than Westbrook's triple doubles are for whichever team he's playing for. So how y'all feel about that?
Um, I mean, it's pretty easy for me to like see see the difference between somebody forcing a triple double
That yep,
and somebody
that's my
not
main
forcing a
point right
triple double.
there.
One thing I could say, and like just thinking about it as you was bringing it up, that may be the reason why Porzingis is kind of playing bad though, because like you seen when Westbrook was taking Adams layups, he wasn't playing to his best of his ability. He was falling off. Now that
Hmm.
Right.
Porzingis boards is getting taken, that can be a reason why like he's not playing why he is. But that's just like I don't know. That's more of like an excuse than a reason.
Okay.
I feel like if you want the
um
board, you're gonna go get it. I can't see my PG telling me, yo, I'm going for triple doubles, don't get the board, but I'm taking that shit anyway. Excuse my language. But
Yeah, but I think
how I see it, right? So you know I'm an OKC fan.
Oh boy.
All right, bro.
yeah,
Please
don't
relax, cause 5 hour players scored 20 the other
don't
day.
Oh
All right.
don't
oh
bring up John
boy.
Wall,
And
bro.
yo,
Here we go.
I'm not gonna. I
Just
got a
don't
call
bring up
last week.
John Wall.
And they told me stop letting them disrespect John Wall on our podcast. I'm telling him I'm not having it no more. But we're gonna
Yo,
speak on
just
another
don't
time
bring
for
up
me.
John
Yo,
Wall.
John Wall look like he been eating way too much
Yo,
cornbread
can we not?
Thanksgiving
Can
this
we
week.
not?
All
Let me
right.
finish my
Puffs
point.
All
be
Cause I already know
wilding,
how you're gonna get, bro. I don't want to hear it right now.
bro.
But like I was saying, right? Like I was saying, before y'all disrespect John Wall for like the 5th podcast in a row, right?
right, make your point, bro.
Yeah, I gonna be upset. Let me remember my point again. Oh yeah, okay. So yes, being an Oklahoma City fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watching Russell Westbrook play and etc. Right? And these 4 triple doubles. The difference between him and Luca is that Luca is doing this and winning all these games, right? Now,
True.
there is videos of literally Steven Adams letting Westbrook get a rebound. Let's
Mm-hmm.
talk about it, right? This man, Steven Adams, is possibly probably the biggest player in the A right now, minus take away Boban. Steven Adams is a 7 foot monster, bro. And I know he punched any of us right now, we're not waking up till next week.
I
Let's
don't
talk
know,
about
bro.
it.
I feel
Who
like I
can he
might be
not
up.
box out and get a rebound in the A right now? Not a soul, bro.
I think his rebounding numbers are up this year too.
I mean, they should be. He's not playing to his potential like I thought he should be. Picks it up mid-season when they actually need him a little. But To see Westbrook average 10 rebounds while Steven Adams sustained average 8, something not right. Something not right. Now, I know sometimes you see Patrick Beverly go out there and get 16 rebounds. But Westbrook is out here getting 20 rebounds, bro. What point guard you know in the A getting 20 rebounds?
A team that's
Didn't he
letting
do that like once?
him get him.
The fact that it happened one time is crazy because this man is 6'4", grabbing 20 rebounds.
I mean, he has bounce, but they're letting him get the boards. Like teams take a lot of free throws per game. If they're letting him get every free throw that misses, it's gonna
But
add
bro,
up.
he's at the free throw line. He's supposed to be at the free throw line. I don't know. I have to watch his highlights. I believe he was he's supposed to be at the 3-point line. I mean, at the free throw line, the 3-point line.
He
Yeah, but he stays on the free throw line.
where the forwards are when when the forwards line up. That's where he goes. But before Rico adds his piece, I just want to say Oklahoma City and Rockets team records when Westbrook gets a triple double. This is an article from just a couple weeks ago. Their record when Westbrook gets a triple double is 113 and 28. When Harden gets one, his team's at 35 and 7. When but the Mavericks are 7 and 8 when Doncic records one. But
See,
the
thing is with
efficiency,
that's a bad team.
it is a bad team. But on top of that, like when I'm gonna have a piece coming about this on my blog in a couple weeks when I get off finals and stuff.
Waiting
That
for
breaks
that.
this down a little bit more. Huh? What happened?
I'm waiting for that. Continue.
Yeah, what you call it? Yeah, when I write this piece, I'm gonna have more breakdown of like all the numbers of like how many turnovers are committed when those players get the triple double versus like how many like what's the efficiency behind like when they shoot and stuff like that. I'm gonna have a whole breakdown on that because I found some stats that will help me figure that out. But yeah, Rico, you have anything to say about the Westbrook versus Luka triple double fiasco?
Yeah, I really just want to say that, yeah, it definitely looks better or a little less forced with Doncic getting these triple doubles. And I really wanted to, because I remember I heard Dev really saying that how Porzingis is kind of taking a backseat because of Doncic.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like nah, it's not really Porzingis taking a backseat. I think Porzingis just really sucks now. I think because
It could be that. It could be that too.
yeah,
I think he does suck.
yeah, because I feel like Porzingis he's out around the 3-point line, just trying to take jump shots, while Doncic is just out there trying to win the basketball game. Just doing it all. But
And the thing about Porzingis, like he stinks in the post, and he's supposed to be a post presence. Like I think he should. I saw something on Twitter the other day. On Knicks Twitter, they just love when Porzingis is struggling because it makes the trade feel so much better for a lot of us Knicks fans when we see that Porzingis is struggling. But I saw a number. I think he's shooting like 30% on like post ups. Like that's horrible. Like
yeah, it's
you're
pretty
7'3"
bad.
and you're struggling on post ups against like
And that's
6'5"
the problem,
guards.
bro. That's what Stephen Curry did to the NBA. That's the main problem. There ain't no way you 7'3" doing that, bro. You give me 7'3"? Oh my God. Yo, give me 7'3", God. God, give me 7'3". You know what I'm gonna do? Ain't no way you
He's
7'3" and you not. Come on, bro.
he's
Come
posting
on,
up
bro.
like he's posting up guys like Marcus Smart. I know Marcus Smart is really good on defense, but he's like 6'4". Like you got to be able to like hit those tough baskets over him. Like you're 7'3". You're a whole foot taller than him. You're supposed to hit
Bro,
those
the
baskets.
rim is 10 feet, bro. His arms extended is a dunk. What do you mean you're struggling in the post, bro?
Yeah, he's always struggling in the post, and I saw this as a Knicks fan concerned about this because I was like, what is the future gonna look like when like they double him first of all, and then when they put those small guards on him, he's gonna struggle. And then I was like, the Knicks don't have anyone else on the team. Like at the time, it was just like Tim Hardaway was the second leading scorer, and are we gonna really rely on Tim Hardaway as our second best guy when Porzingis is out here he's struggling against like he's struggling against like guys that are like a whole foot shorter than him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's scary to me when it's scary to me like how I believe Marcus Smart could probably lead Porzingis on zip this year.
I think he basically did when they played the Celtics. Like he was like 0 for 11, and then Marcus Smart was guarding him for a lot of that game.
That's scary.
But yeah, I know. But on to our next story. What are your biggest surprises and disappointments of the season? I'll start off first. Some of my biggest surprises are that the Hornets are actually not that bad of a basketball team, and another surprise of mine is the Lakers actually getting off to this 21-3 record. I didn't see that coming. I knew they were going to be good, and I knew they would be competing with the Clippers. I just thought it would take more time because even though they had like some pieces coming back from last year, they still had a lot of new pieces coming in. And yeah. Another surprise is Miami. I didn't expect Miami to be this good. With Jimmy Butler being the only star, but they have a really, really good supporting cast. A really actually fun team. I actually caught them today on stream.
I like watching
They
them
were
play.
playing against Chicago. They had like Tyler Hero was going off for like what you call it. He went off for like 28 points today, and he was just
Yeah, they
cooking
say he had
fourth
like
quarter
11
and
in the
overtime.
fourth. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
wilding today.
he was cooking. And one of my big disappointments is probably Utah. I thought they would be better than what they are. They're only 13-10, and Mike Conley is struggling a lot. And it's really like, and their defense is not as strong as it looked the last couple years. Like I know they were like top 5 in defense like the last couple years, but this year they just look like a regular team.
All right.
So, okay.
I could go?
Mm-hmm.
So, if we're going to speak on surprises, okay, before I start, one thing I'm not surprised about, I'm sorry, Samuel, in advance, is the Knicks. I'm not surprised about them, right? I'm never surprised about the Knicks. I'm never, right? All right.
I don't think anyone's ever surprised about the Knicks.
But one thing I am surprised about is definitely the Heat, because the Heat really came and took two rookies and say, all right, we're gonna give y'all the ball and give y'all a 20% usage rate and be third in the East.
Yep.
That's a surprise because before this season, I didn't know who Kendrick Nunn was. I didn't know who Tyler Hero was because I didn't watch college ball like that last year. Minus Zion. I'm sorry to say that, but seeing that is a big surprise to me, right? Another surprise to me. I would have to say is seeing the Mavericks so high in the standings. Because if anybody asked me, I would have said, okay, the Mavericks might be 8 seed next year. Like
That's
last year,
a
I was saying
lot
the
of people
Mavericks
said.
could make the playoffs. Could, but they definitely were not high in my list. Third, right? What I'm not surprised about is the Suns dropping. I'm not surprised about that. I didn't expect them to. I expected them to maybe get 8 seed and they're around that. My Oklahoma City has 8 seed right now, and I'm pretty happy because everyone's saying we're not going to the playoffs, and I hope we do, so I could throw that in everybody's face. But yeah. I'm also. Oh yeah, let me throw this in here. I'm also surprised Chris Paul has not got injured this season. I'm proud of him.
You about to jinx it. You about to jinx it. You know this podcast is a jinx, bro. Everything
And
we
it's funny because
say,
we dinked Ja
you
Morant.
saying
And I told y'all. What did I just tell y'all last yo? I told y'all 2 weeks ago.
not Ja Morant out with back spasms thanks to us.
I
Anyone we
told
talk
y'all.
about
Ja
on the
Morant does not have
podcast.
this locked down, bro. And Dev, look what happened.
Bro, I said the same thing.
And I know that's why I said Dev, bro, because here was Frankie. Oh yeah, Ja Morant definitely got a lockdown. What happened?
No, bro, the injury was on his way, bro. He do too much to not get injured like that.
Come
Like
on.
you said.
And I told you this rookie race is
Nah,
not over. And now Eric Pascal is number one. And when that boy Zion
reckless.
come back, we already know who's gonna be number one. I ain't gonna say
He's
too
really
much
reckless
about it.
with his body. He's really reckless with his body, John.
Bro, after I seen that one video, the way he landed, I'm like, yo,
Oh
he's a
yeah,
rookie. He's a rookie with no
when
vets on
his
his
knee went
team.
back,
They're not
right?
telling him nothing.
When his knee
No, you know what it
bent, like
is? Nobody
weird
on his
against
team
Houston.
that bounce like him. That's the thing. Ain't no
They
one on his
can't
team
tell
that
him
bounce
nothing
like that.
either way.
So I ain't surprised. But I told y'all, Ja Morant does not have that lockdown. And we need a little prediction part, like section to this. Because at this point, come on, bro. How we say Melo come back, Ja Morant he get injured.
So you just said Chris Paul hasn't got hurt yet. So now Chris Paul is definitely gonna get hurt this next coming week. Now
Chris Paul's on injury watch after today.
He on the list now.
Yeah, injury watch. I'm sorry, Chris Paul, to do that to you, bro. But I just know your body, bro. I just know your body. Hopefully you listening somewhere, somehow. But I just know your body.
Yo, shout out to Ryan Hall
right now.
for watching my Instagram stories, by the way.
Shout out to Ryan Hollins.
Yo, Ryan Hollins, get us on ESPN.
Yeah, we see you, bro. We appreciate you.
Yo, Ryan, get us on ESPN if you listen. Anyways, you got any disappointments or
any more disappointments? Nah, let somebody else go.
Rico, you got any disappointments this year?
Oh yeah, I definitely have some disappointments.
What's your vibe, bro? Like, what's up with you?
I feel like Taylor Rozier is just really an excuse of a point guard.
Bro, I don't even know how you disappointed, bro. That was expected. That was expected.
I mean, I feel like that was expected, but
boy have one good
playoff series,
not even
playoff
entire
series,
round, bro.
against Eric Bledsoe, who always folds.
How?
But yeah, Rico, what you saying?
But nah, yeah, I definitely feel like Taylor Rozier, man, he has to definitely step it up because I feel like right now the Hornets are doing okay because Devontae Graham and the rest of the team.
Yeah, Devontae Graham is carrying them right now. He's the new Kemba.
Facts, yeah.
To be honest, MJ need to do something for you end up like James Dolan.
Yo, honestly, MJ really sucks as an executive. My God. Gave Terry Rozier all that bread just for Devontae Graham to be on $1 million, doing better than him. Not even the same.
Did they sign him to extension yet? If I'm him, I'm not signing that extension.
I think Devontae Graham was like drafted, so they might have what you call it.
Oh, he got drafted? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's on like his rookie contract still. So, but he was a second round pick, so you know that contract is really cheap.
Isn't it like 1 year?
Nah, I think when your second round pick it's like up to like 3, and then you have like that 4th year option, or it might be 2 years and then a 3rd year option. Yeah.
The first lottery picks are like 2. I mean, I learned that from first round picks usually get like 3 or 4 years. Yeah. Any more disappointments, Rico? Or
yeah, I would probably have to say the Pelicans. I feel like at first they started off kind of hot, with Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram actually started proving me wrong at the beginning of the season. I thought he was a hooper.
As he should.
But right now, he's slowed down, like,
hooper.
But right now, they've been finding injuries also with Lonzo Ball still being with Lonzo Ball getting injured every other.
Lonzo Ball. I saw a tweet the other day. Bro. Yo, they said Lonzo Ball looked like Earl Watson with a glorified dad. That dude, like he was like 1 for 9 the other day, 0 for 7 from 3. Like, my God. Like,
I mean, his
Lakers is probably like
dad this whole season, and he's still playing bad. Like at the end of the day, you got to man up and say, "Yo, I'm Lonzo Ball. I'm the second pick in the draft, bro. Like, I'm gonna get a bucket."
And I suck.
That's really my boy, son.
Nah, I hope he turns it around. I like to see Lonzo do. He just always looks like he never looks like happy. He just looks like sad, or like he has a monotone face. I don't know what it is with him.
He's mad nonchalant.
Yeah, that's what he is. Well, like you got to be nice to be nonchalant. You can't be whack and nonchalant.
Or
definitely be whack and nonchalant. I ain't going. There's a lot of that. I ain't gonna say no. But
any more disappointments or surprises?
I don't think Lonzo should be counted as a disappointment till we see some more games out of him, though.
Yeah, he's been injured like a lot as usual. I think you can list him as a disappointment because he's always injured.
I don't really count his games when he come back from injuries right away. But
he's always injured. So like, when is he not like coming back from an injury? Like, what game is not a game where he's coming back from an injury?
Okay, so that's a good point. I don't know when Lonzo isn't coming from injury, but I do know the healthy Lonzo was decent. There's no Lonzo. I don't know what's going on.
He was decent. Yeah, he was decent. Yeah.
He be having his games. I mean, but he's just not consistent like they need him to be. I like he's getting his confidence back, which is nice to see.
He's shooting the ball confidence, but
I feel like he
I
just
just
get
need the
babies
ball
too
to
much.
go in the damn
That's a
rim. That's what I
grown
need.
man.
I need that ball to
He
go in
gotta
the
stop
rim.
getting baby. That's a grown man.
Mm-hmm.
But Rico, you done, bro?
Yeah.
Showtime. I'm gonna come out the gate. My biggest disappointment this season so far is Jokic.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jokic.
definitely.
Oh my
I had that in
gosh,
my head.
Rip.
I had that in my head. Continue.
he was.
Boy, he had a good game. I think the last game he had like 30 and something.
Mm-hmm.
But
About damn time.
nah, that's just one game. Like how you go from MVP
Candidate.
candidate to just whatever you are now, bro. Like, he's like a role player, bro. Good
He
thing
is
Denver got a solid
so
team.
out of shape. My God, like
Yeah, like
he
I
is
heard like on
so
ESPN, they was like,
fat.
that is the big man that guards wish they got him the pick and roll every time they ran it. Because like
That's
it's
a
a bucket
fact.
anytime you run a pick and roll with him.
They call. Oh, I was watching what you call it, Jalen and Jacoby. They called him. Jacoby called him a stretch mark 5.
Call
Like
him what?
he is so a stretch mark 5. Like he is so fat. Like it's ridiculous.
But
He's
yeah,
always out of breath when he's running up the court.
between him and like Mike Conley,
Oh
definitely
yeah,
my biggest disappointment. I know Mike Conley, like he day to day or whatever, taking him though. I really don't know what's the problem with Mike Conley because maybe
Mike
it's
Conley. A
adjusting.
lot of people saying it might just be age, and
That's
he
what
had
I was
an
about to say.
Achilles
It might just be
injury.
age.
Yeah,
And you know
he
what it
had an Achilles
is?
injury a couple years
I
ago.
gotta remember,
He
the Jazz play at you could say a quicker pace than the Grizzlies
That's
at the
a
same
fact.
time.
a little bit.
And Mike
Yeah,
is still aging, and he's coming from the Grizzlies that's used to like us. Well, I don't know. When I watch them play, I don't think of them as a fast break team. I mean,
they
until
they
John
were
Morant
they were
got
a
there.
slow team. They were called the grit and grind team, bro. So
Yeah, bro, grit and
they would
grind, feel
slow it
me?
down.
And he's been that grit and grind team for years, feel me? He's not used to that fast tempo until like he got to play like. I mean, that's why OKC used to beat them so much back in the day. As OKC was a fast tempo team. I mean, and it's Kevin
Yeah.
Durant. But anyway, he's not used to these fast teams. So seeing him on that new with Donovan who could run, Goldberg could get around for a center. For me, that's why he gets defensive player of the year. He could guard guards and etc. Then I mean, the rest of that team, Moutier is running, Dante's running, everybody's running on that team. So I think that new pace is still setting in for him. And I don't know, he's not making shots right now. That's also one thing.
Yeah, he's not.
Also coming along with age,
And
even though LeBron,
around the
he's like
rim, he's shooting bad too. Around the rim, his percentages are down from when he was in Memphis. So it could be
yeah.
just
So
age.
I
Cause
don't
like,
know.
and remember he had an Achilles injury a couple years ago.
Also that,
So
so
who
yeah.
knows if that's catching up to him too.
That could also be it because when you age with injuries, that slows you down. Any injury after you turn 30 to me,
Yeah, that's
gonna slow your game down
not
unless
good.
you're like LeBron or I mean, hopefully KD comes back off that injury like a month, like I expect.
I'm praying because I need a parade.
We need that. We need that KD. We need healthy KD. New York.
All
But
right,
yeah,
so
biggest surprise, it would
mhm.
probably be the Mavs
Yeah,
so far at least. Like I knew Luka and Trey was going, take the next step into they stardom, but they looking like they elite right now.
yeah. I think Trey is averaging like 29 a game, with like 8.5
Oh yeah,
assists.
another disappointment.
He-
I want to add real quick before you finish is Cam Reddish.
He's a
I knew he was
rookie. Do we
gonna.
really count that as
Chill,
a?
chill,
Nah,
chill. That boy got a lot of upside. Give him some time.
that's a thing though because he has the time to show some right now with these injuries on his team, and I feel like he's
I
not
think the
gonna be
Hawks, the
Nah,
Hawks as a
he just
whole, are a
dropped
whole
like his
disappointment.
he just
his
dropped
career high. I
his
understand
career
that,
high. Yeah.
but besides that career high, today he came out and dropped 5 points.
Chill. The Hawks as a whole have
Tough.
been disappointing to me, but I
Cam
think
is a
that's part of
streaky shooter.
that's that has to do with John Collins not being there. I think that's why the Hawks stink so much.
You know what I
John
mean?
That has to
Collins not
do.
being
Repeat
there.
shooter or
That's a
not,
fact.
I need something, bro. I need something.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I'll give him to the end of the year to figure it because Trey said when he got to like the second half of the season, that's when he started to figure out the NBA pace,
You
the
right
game,
about that.
everything.
But I mean, listen to me.
It's just
Well, how I see it though, I don't care what draft pick you are, bro. If you playing 29 minutes as a starter Ain't no way you
Yeah, he
putting up
gets
six
a lot
shots,
of
bro.
minutes. Yeah, he gets a lot of minutes though. I'll give
He
him
gets too
that.
much minutes to sit here and give us 5 points, 3 points, and take 6 shots.
That boy
Like
trainee.
every starter should have at least 10 shots, bro.
That
At
that
least.
that boy Trey needs some help.
Trey do need some help, bro. He definitely need that help.
All right, so let's get into the. I want to talk about the midseason tournament for a little bit.
Cool.
So we have this midseason tournament, and I think the reason for this midseason tournament, I have some notes here. The ratings are down. There's no drama this year. Remember last year there was all this drama. There was like trade rumors every week. There was teams infighting with each other. A lot of teams are doing way better than they did last year. So that's another reason why there's no drama. And there's been like no trade demands because no one can get traded till December 15th.
Well,
Christmas.
you heard about this
And
first thing?
which Spurs thing about DeMar?
DeMar and DeJounte.
They still on the team though. That's been like 2 weeks since that thing happened.
All right, bro. You can continue.
I want to see DeMar on a more of a better team.
I heard he might get traded to the Magic though.
Yeah, that's not gonna work out in his favor.
But anyways,
I don't know.
Right now there's a lot of interest in football. Football season's taking over right now, so I think the NBA would want this midseason tournament to take away some of those football fans to pay attention to them. Also, we all know that Christmas is when everybody really starts paying attention to the NBA. When those 5 Christmas Day games come on, that's when everybody's like really paying attention to the NBA. I think the tournament they said would be single elimination, like March Madness tournaments are, and it would keep fan bases of lesser teams focused on their team, but they want to incentivize the. Who was I talking to about this? I think it was Dev. I was talking to you about this the other day. They want to incentivize. They want to incentivize the players, but they want to include a draft pick as the prize. But most players don't care about draft picks because that's someone taking their roster spot.
I think they should give them
and that's someone taking their roster spot.
Bonus.
They were thinking about
that too.
I was listening to Bill Simmons' podcast the other day. He was saying have the wins weighted more for tournament games, like the midseason tournaments. Like if you win like the first round matchup, it's like two wins added to your record. And then if you win like the next round, it's like 3 wins. And then if you win like the whole thing, it's
nice.
like
I mean,
they
also gotta find
wins.
They gotta find a reason for players not to want to sit out there. Cause I can see Kawhi Leonard sitting out the entire thing, just to not get injured.
That's a fact. But if you have the wins weighted, then it would have
more
implications for the playoffs. Because say he rests for some of those games, and another team in the West wins those games, they could end up having a better record, and that could decide like home court in a certain round.
I feel like it's more strategic too. Like certain teams don't care about home court advantage, like the nice teams. So I don't feel like they'll be in that. Like let's say like
True.
The Lakers. The Lakers don't need home court advantage to win games. They only lost 3 this season. So it's like, yo, why are we even taking it serious? If anything, they want to be like a low seed, so they play all the low people. Let's say like the Lakers end up 8th seed purposely. They play the first seed. First seed gonna be out of there, or it's gonna be a comp game with the first seed, and after that, it's really just gonna be easy.
True. Rico, how you feel about the midseason tournament?
I don't know really. I feel like if they're gonna have it, I feel like they also gotta like really shorten the season. They can't just make it 72 games.
I think that's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, they definitely gotta make it like I don't know, make it the season at least shorter so that it makes sense to even have this like a mid-season tournament. Because I feel like just like making the season probably like I don't know 4 games or 3 games shorter, and then just adding this extra.
It's like it don't do nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything, especially if there isn't like a really high incentive, like I don't know, like a draft pick or like seeding or something.
Well, the thing with the draft pick is that players wouldn't care about the draft pick because that's someone taking their roster spot basically. Like that's a roster spot being eliminated from you.
Yeah.
And then what you call it? When I was listening to Bill Simmons' podcast, he was talking about how there would be two different tournaments. There would be one for like the top teams to play in, and then there would be one for like the lesser teams to play in. And the lesser teams would go to like Vegas, and then the top teams would go to New York, and then they would have their tournaments there, and then they would have the wins weighted, so to say. but he was saying still have the draft pick, I think. But then if you add a draft pick, I think wouldn't you have to increase the size of each
To be
round,
honest,
maybe?
I think they just need a 3v3 tournament, and the team just throw out the three best players, so the three players that they want to play.
I think I heard about that for like a proposal for like an all-star weekend
You
event.
heard about that? I just made that up.
I
Bro. Don't
think
act that.
so. I think I've
I just
heard
made
that
that. Just made
before
that
as
up,
like
bro. No.
to make All-Star weekend more interesting, because a lot of people saying like the All-Star game having the players play for like the bonuses or whatever, it's not really working.
Yeah, I would like a little 3v3 tournament. That would be nice.
But I'm not for that 3v3 thing. But otherwise, I'm not a fan of this little.
Mid-season
Yeah, we're gonna give you
tournament.
4 less games for the season. Because what is that gonna do?
Now I think
That
That's
it's
more
4. I
games
think
for
it'll
us
be like
though.
10. It'll be 10. It'll be 10 less games, and I think the tournament would be in those 10 would be in those 72 games. I think it would be. I don't know. The whole logistics of it haven't been figured out because it's not even supposed to be implemented for like another year or two. So they have time to figure it out. But they're trying to get the Players Association on board with it because it's hard to get them involved because it's trying to figure out how to incentivize them. Like I was saying before.
I mean, I just want to see them with the G League do it first for me. Once the G League get that done, etc., etc.
True. Yeah, that's what they did with the coaches challenge. They did it in the G League first, and now they're starting it here. So
So
that's where they usually try all
if it worked,
the new rules.
fine there, then I'm okay with it. But otherwise, I don't want to see it on a random season pop up next season. I don't know. That ain't it. That's
And
not the way to go.
I think our last story, possibly, the Knicks fired David Fizdale. I think we all saw this coming. I think I went on a little rant the last time we talked about the Knicks. I don't want to do that again because that is so annoying to talk about the Knicks. But Knicks fired David Fizdale. They were like 4-18. They're 4-19 now. They lost by what would you call it? It was they lost by 44 to the Bucks. Then they proceeded to lose by 37 to the Denver Nuggets a couple days later. And I don't know. I didn't really like Fizdale as the coach. He didn't really run anything with a semblance of an offense. Like he would literally have Julius Randle and Marcus Morris bringing the ball up the court. We fully have RJ Barrett and another point guard.
First of all, you still talking about it?
Huh?
All right, so I'm happy for Fizdale. He's outside of that toxic organization because that organization is very toxic.
He's not innocent though.
He's definitely not innocent.
Of course.
Then again, let's sit here, right? Let's sit here
because
and
all the
say
other
something real
coaches.
quick. I've seen a lot of points, right? And you know what I'm about to say.
Yeah, I know. They sound like what 5
bro
power forwards. I know. What is he supposed to do? No one said he had to play all of them, especially when Julius Randle and Bobby Portis.
But when those are your most talented players on your team, bro, that's a problem, bro. Like, come on.
As a coach, you have to hold accountability for when your best players, your highest paid players stink. You have to put accountability on them, and you got to bench them. He would never bench Julius Randle. Julius Randle would dribble into 4 people, lose the ball, and not run back on defense, and Julius Randle will continue to play the game. He wouldn't get benched.
Bro, but let's talk about it, bro.
I find that as a problem. As a coach, you're supposed to hold those people accountable, and you're like, Julius Randle, you know what? You just messed up. Let's go to the bench.
Okay, but let's also talk about it, though.
Then you come back in. So he would never do that, though.
He do that, right? If he does that, right? Who gonna put in now? He gonna put in
Bobby Portis, or put in one of the young guys. The team is young. He's not playing. He's barely playing.
So he could go lose by 30. So he could lose by 50 instead of 35.
I mean, if you're losing, you might as well put in your. Because Alonzo Trier, he averaged what was it, like 14 a game last year? He played 6 minutes in a 40-point blowout. 6 minutes, bro. Come on. You gotta play your young guys more. If you're gonna be in a blowout, you gotta play them more.
That's true.
Get those reps.
That's true.
Get those
definitely.
reps.
I heard Kevin Knox got benched a little bit.
He got benched, and then when Marcus Morris was injured the next game, he let him play for 30 minutes. Like, how are you gonna give a player inconsistent minutes? How you expect them to grow and develop like that?
Yeah, that's weird. Cause I feel as if that's the case, just let RJ play all day and let all of them young boys play.
Exactly. If
And get chemistry
you're gonna
together, and then
lose, let
trade them
them lose
power
with.
forwards next season. Get rid of
Oh,
all of them.
they definitely trading them this year. I already heard they getting busy in the trade market these coming weeks.
I gotta see who I gotta see who they're gonna send to that organization. I know they ain't gonna be happy. I wouldn't be.
I want to see who they're gonna send out because we could get a lot of value for someone like Marcus Morris. He's putting up like 20 a game. He could give the Knicks a calm young player and a draft pick for a contender.
Otherwise, like, yeah, they gotta pick it up. That organization gotta pick it up.
But who would y'all like to see hired as the next coach? I know there's been a lot of names.
I want Mark Jackson or Jason Kidd together.
Oh, don't say Mark Jackson.
Personally, I just want Mark Jackson to get another chance at a coaching job. Really.
Why the Knicks? Can he coach like the Hornets or something?
Why you don't like Mark Jackson, bro? What's up with you?
Bro, Mark Jackson called Steph Curry and Klay Thompson the best shooting backcourt and proceeded to feed the ball to David Lee and Harrison Barnes in the post every single time.
I'm not gonna lie though. When I was watching Warriors basketball back then, when that ball went to the post, it was working low key though. It was
working, but
David Lee was a monster, bro.
That David Lee was doing things in the post, and those times when they were taking too much threes, and they should have fed the post. So,
but then David Lee got hurt, and then you still giving the ball in the post. I mean, if you don't have a good post player, why are we still running post plays? And if he's hurt, why are we still running post plays? I mean, if you're gonna call him the best shooting backcourt ever, you gotta at least let them freelance a little bit to show that.
I mean, I would have to see the stats for that. Like, how much shots are they really taking? Because you can't. I mean, they could be the best shooting backcourt. They were young, and I feel like if you put a lot of
offense,
I feel like if you put like a lot of attention in the post, then it opens up more shots for them. And that may be what he was doing.
And I saw a story the other day on Twitter. They were like, he had Steph Curry hopping on his leg a day after he sprained his ankle. And we know Steph had those bad severe ankle
I don't
sprains.
know.
I heard a lot of stories like he clashed with the front offices a lot in Golden State because he wanted more control, more power, more decision making abilities, and they just were like, no. And then
because he's black. Anyway, because there's not enough black coaches in the A. We want to address that, but that's possibly could be a reason why.
I don't know, but
you laughing. I'm telling you.
I know.
I'm telling you, bro. It
what
really
you call
be like that. There's literally only 6 black coaches in the A for a reason, bro. You know, so that could be another reason. But
I've been seeing names like Kenny Smith. I've been seeing names like Becky Hammond from the Spurs.
Smith don't want to lose that TNT job.
I wouldn't want to lose my TNT job before the Knicks either. I'd rather be a podcaster than a coach for that team, bro.
But honestly, when you think about it, the Knicks coaching job is not that bad because honestly, if you do good, you getting praised as like the messiah of the Knicks. But if you lose a lot, you get fired, and then you get that check, and you get to go chill.
I mean, how easy is it to win before power forwards and then a declining point guard, then a point guard who can only play defense, and then a shooting guard who has to take 40 shots to get 20 points? Like,
by running an offense with plays, David Fizdale, bro, I'm telling you, when I saw them play on, what was it? It was like Saturday with the new coach. They ran plays that I never seen them run all year with Fizdale, and they were working and they were scoring. They lost the game by 1 point to a very good Indiana team. Like, I mean, there was a huge difference in the way they looked against Indiana versus how they looked against Denver, against all those other teams that they were losing to. Like, that was a game that they actually could have won.
It's crazy because those players are defending Fizdale. That's a funny part.
It is, which is weird because Fizdale probably let them do whatever they wanted to.
But otherwise, I want to see what becomes of them this season. I just hope they don't just win 4 games for the whole season because
They dead
I'll probably
just
I'll
might.
probably just move from New York. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go
They
live in Boston or something.
they dead just might win 2 games. 2 more games for the rest of the
I
year.
just hope they win at least 15 games or have a better record than the Bobcats did that season because I think the Bobcats got 7 wins that season. Yeah,
I think
that's
so. But it was a lock. It was a lockout year, so they
oh
had
yeah,
less games to play.
you're right. But seven games, bro. Come on. Dang it. But otherwise, I'm interested in seeing who they're gonna pick up. I hope it's Jason Kidd or Mark Jackson.
Oh, gee.
I wanted to pick up a former player to see how
I
things
kind
go.
of do too, but
Because
all the
former
former
players change teams, bro,
players
and I seen that. I seen that for a fact.
they are,
The
but it's got
former
to be the
player,
right one.
when it's a former player, and I mean, unless it's Popovich, when it's a former player, bro, they have like it's something that clicks for the players. So I want to see if that happens with the Knicks. You played in the NBA, bro, so you know how it is to lose or stuff like that. A lot of these coaches are coming from college and stuff like that, so different.
Also, another thing I heard that is the front office guys, their jobs are not safe too.
They gotta get rid of Nolan next if they want to do something.
I heard they trying to go after Masai from the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
They said they might like give him like 20 mil a year, Masai,
Well, you talk about the
to
African guy
come
who
from the
flips the
Raptors.
players. Yeah, I know you talking about. I don't know exactly who you
Yeah,
talking about. He used to be with the Nuggets back in the day.
yeah, he used to be in with the Nuggets
Yeah, I know
too.
you talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah, he has a good reputation though. So if
yeah.
that's the case, and they want to pay him,
That's why,
I don't think 20 mil. I don't think he's worth no 20 mil. But
bro.
if,
That bro, James Dolan is that desperate at this point.
yeah, they
He
need anything though. Feel me?
and
So if it's 20
he
mil,
and he and he he would let Masai do whatever he wants to.
that's true.
All right, so I think that's it for today's episode. Anyone else? Anything else anyone got to say, or before we end this?
Nah, not really.
All right.